Hi, I'm Carolina, your podcast host and expert womb healer. Over the past 5 years, I've served over 500 women to remove physical blockages in their bodies. We achieve this with Reiki. I believe healing doesn't have to be done alone, nor should it be. You will hear stories of healing, methods to heal with, and guest speakers covering taboo topics you won't hear anywhere else. Let's continue this journey of womb healing together. Hi, welcome back. I'm Carolina, your podcast host and Reiki womb healer. Today we're talking about how to make conceiving easier. Now, as I am recording this episode, I'm also live streaming on TikTok. So shout out to my besties with the resties. If you haven't already followed me on TikTok, make sure you do that and make sure that you give me a shout out on Instagram, screenshot this episode and tag me. I want to know who's listening, and I want to know what you think about this podcast. Make sure to send me a DM. So how do we make conceiving easier? I think that is such an important question to ask. It is a question I get frequently, and we're all told, you need to relax. Just get drunk and do it. Just let it happen. It'll come naturally. Miracles happen, right? So to hear those things, they often make a woman who's trying to conceive and has had infertility issues, they make their skin crawl. It's the last thing a woman who's trying to conceive, that's the last thing they want to hear. So this is how I coach clients to make conceiving easier. And it's going to sound super simple and you're like, no, that's not going to work. I guarantee you this is going to work. It's going to make conceiving easier. It's going to allow your journey to be easier. It doesn't mean you're going to automatically poof, have a baby. That's not it. But the journey of conceiving is going to make this one tip, make it all easier. The first thing is to ask yourself, do you have a spiritual or mindful or faith-based practice or ritual? For example, do you have a form of meditation? Do you pray? Do you ground yourself? Do you work out? Do you have affirmations that you say every day? Are you moving your body in a way that reduces stress? Are you doing breath work? Are you doing Reiki? So wherever there is pain, loss, trauma, hardship, there are lessons to be seen and transformations are happening. Whether you are seeing those transformations consciously or if someone's pointing them out, whenever there is pain, we are never left the same. If you get a divorce, that's going to alter how you see things. Pain can change your perspective. Loss, pregnancy loss, miscarriage, negative pregnancy tests, disappointment. All of those things, they can really leave you forever changed. And that's okay. However, and it's part of the journey for some, I hope it's really, this is not your story. However, how we move through those painful periods, talk about a pun. How we move through those painful moments in life is really important. That's why I ask, do you have a mindful, spiritual, or faith-based ritual or practice that's consistent in your life? When you have a form of mindful practice that is consistent, studies show it is going to reduce your cortisol, which is your stress hormone levels. It's going to reduce your anxiety. It's going to reduce your depression. It's going to regulate your blood pressure. All of those things that are super important for conceiving. The doctor is going to ask you, what are your stress levels like? What's your lifestyle like? If you already have children and you're trying to conceive a second, a third, or fourth, whatever it may be, or maybe it's your first, maybe you have stress from those other children. If they're young, it can be really loud in your house. And if you have a job on top of that, that's stressful. So what are we doing to release the stress? What are we doing to regulate our nervous system? Because that's really what it's about. On TikTok, it's very common to talk about nervous system dysregulation. And that's essentially talking about getting you out of panic mode, getting you out of survival mode into feeling safe. We'll just go straight to layman terms because there's a lot of mumbo jumbo, but essentially that is essentially it, getting you out of survival mode and getting you into safe mode. And what happens when you're in safe mode? You can start to feel peace. You can start to think differently. You'll start to rest differently. You will start to heal differently. You can heal while you're still in panic mode, but you'll heal a lot faster, a lot deeper, a lot more efficiently if you're feeling safe. Also, what is it like to feel safe? That means you're starting to express your emotions. You're starting to give yourself permission to feel all of your emotions. You're starting to give yourself permission and grace if you make a mistake instead of beating yourself down. You're starting to experience more joy. You're starting to feel more like yourself than you did before. So, when I ask you, do you have a spiritual practice? Do you have a mindful practice that you do consistently? If the answer is no, there are options for you, and I'll recap them for you. Breath work, prayer, meditation, grounding. Reiki is not associated with any religion or faith, but it is a great way to ground, heal your energy, release what's not yours. I do it daily. It is my favorite way to consistently regulate my nervous system. So when we are able to reduce our stress, anxiety, depression, and cortisol levels, we will allow our womb to relax. We'll allow our emotions to flow, feel safe to express those emotions. And energetically, that's ideal for a baby to come into. We're creating peace in our womb and we're creating harmony inside our bodies. And honestly, if you're not conceiving, we need to look at your womb, which is the sacral plexus chakra. We need to see that open. And if you're not conceiving and you have infertility, infertility is a sign that that chakra is blocked or closed. So we need to open it. So we need to start to look at your emotions and how to make you feel safe so you can experience them, feel them, release them, and express them. So how to make conceiving easier is to get a consistent practice that you feel safe in, that resonates with you. It's not forced. So all of those things can be reduced, and that will allow you to move through the pain, the losses, the ups and downs much easier, and allow you to have peace when you can during those moments. If you have questions, I would love to chat with you. Again, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, tag me in your stories, and I'm so honored to have been part of your journey. I hope you have the best week. It was an honor to connect and serve you this week. If you are a spiritually curious person wanting to conceive and heal blockages in your fertility, click the link in the episode description to learn more about the Fertility Foundation Collective. Until next time, my friend, know you are loved.